demanding the full details on the Mueller report.
So what do the findings mean for President Trump in 2020?
Let's talk to Fox News contributor and former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee, who joins us today from down in Florida. Mike, okay, so as soon as the report came out and the president has been exonerated, in his words, you didn't expect the Democrats to say, you know what, we were wrong.
I honestly thought that they would have the good sense to just shut their pie holes after all this came out, but they didn't. And here's the thing we need to remember. There's three things I think have to be put in context. Number one, there was a conspiracy, apparently, a cover-up, and an attempted coup d'etat. But it was not by anyone of the Donald Trump campaign. It was by people inside the government who tried to upend this president and overturn the election. That's serious. It absolutely demands an investigation and charges if they find evidence. Second thing, for all this time, we were told Donald Trump didn't even want to be president, that he really didn't run because he thought he would win or wanted to win. Right. He didn't want to win. He just wanted to increase his brand. Now, let me ask you something. If he didn't want to win, why would he have ever even conspired with the Russians to begin with? He would have done everything he could to make sure he didn't win. Now they're saying, well, he colluded with Russians so he could win, but he didn't really want to win. You can't have it both ways, Democrats and media. And the third thing I think is important, who was in charge of the government when all these things happened? Who was running the
President
government
Obama.
Prior to the election? It was not Donald Trump. It was not Corey Lewandowski. It was not Paul Manafort. It was none of these people. It was Barack Obama, Susan Rice. It was James Clapper, John Brennan. It was Jim Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Bruce Orr. They were the ones in government. Donald Trump had zero power. Why aren't we hearing the fact that when everything happened, the supposed Russia collusion, these were the people who were supposed to be protecting America, and they were asleep at the switch. And if it happened because they let it happen, and they weren't competent enough to stop it.
What about these Democratic candidates or Nancy Pelosi? Should they be sitting down with their entire party and saying, just let this rest, no more on this because it's going to hurt us in 2020? This is a great move for the president, or it's going to be favorable for the president in 2020. His approval rating is probably going to go up because of this, because the American people aren't stupid. They've spent a lot of their taxpayer dollars on this investigation. So what should the Democrats be telling their party now?
Well, they need to be blaring out on loudspeakers the song from Elsa in Frozen, Let It Go. Let it go. They're not going to do that. I mean, it's evident by the things they've been saying over the past 24 hours. And frankly, I'm stunned by both the media and the Democrats who don't have even the courtesy of acknowledging that this is a president who has been falsely accused, as well as the people around him. For 2 years, they have relentlessly attacked him and accused him. And here's a little word to Adam the Schiff. Adam, you've been saying you've got evidence. Show up with a box full of it and empty it out on the Capitol steps, or shut the heck up.
Governor?
Either provide it or prove that you don't have it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He will not listen to you. And the investigation is going to move forward. And you know that Elijah Cummings has already put out all those requests for documents, and some have come in. In light of this Mueller probe, if they are requesting that you give documents, or someone that you know give documents who was involved somehow with the Trump campaign, do you start to stiff-arm them? Do you say, no, enough? I'm not wasting my time? In the case of a lot of these people, they've gone bankrupt because they have to get an attorney that's going to represent them at a clip of a minimum $50,000 every 3 months.
Well, something that one of my political mentors, Dick Morris, taught me early in my political life was this. Don't throw the first punch, but once you're punched, counterpunch, and counterpunch hard. What we need to do as Republicans is let them punch and then counterpunch and open the investigations. Remember, we have the executive branch and the Senate. All they've got is the House. Punch hard. Let Lindsey Graham and the Senate Judiciary Committee go after who were the conspirators. Who were the ones who, inside the Department of Justice and FBI, actually conspired to bring down this president and chase them to justice? Order the Attorney General to do the same thing.
Okay, let's see what happens. In the words of Mike Huckabee to Democrats, let it go. Let it go. Mike, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Or counterpunch.
All right.
You bet. Take care.